Hello YouTube, it is your boy Dougie Fresh, and today we are here to talk about One Piece Film Red. If this is your first time to the channel, what's up? Welcome to the Dougie Fresh family. We're not really a big family, but we're a family nonetheless. This video will contain spoilers. Let me just say that off the bat. This video will have spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie, don't watch it. If you don't care about spoilers, or you saw the movie this weekend and you want to hear my thoughts on it and you want to leave some comments, go ahead and do that in the comment section down below. While you're down there, scroll back up, leave a like, and you might as well subscribe while you're here, man. Just like this movie, let's get straight into it, man. One thing I love about this movie is it gets into it like right from the jump, like into the action, into the singing, all of that. It just gets right to the point, and I like that. Because I'm trying to remember the two recent One Piece movies I've seen was Film Gold and Film Z, and they usually lollygag. It's kind of like, hey, Straw Hats, yeah, what are they doing? And then they get into it. Now this movie, they're already at the concert, and Uta is already there going ham singing. Like, I was expecting us to get a whole hype up, like, oh, we're arriving. We didn't get none of that. And I love that. More One Piece movies need to do that, and anime movies in general. One little detail I just wanted to mention is that ever since we've gotten the reveal of the Sun God Nika thing, I feel like the sun is really just everywhere. Like, I see the sun, I go outside, I see the sun, I'm like, One Piece, Luffy, Sun God Nika. And just every time I see a sun in anything One Piece, I'm like, bro, Sun God. It was like a blink and you missed it kind of moment. But when Uta is singing her first song, there's like a sun, and then the music notes are revolving around it. So I thought that was kind of a nice touch. If that is indeed like trying to say what I think it's trying to say, she wants to bring the new era, and like the music notes revolving around the sun, which is aka Luffy, and Uta's the music notes, all that good stuff, symbolic vibes, all that good stuff. But I just wanted to point that out. It was kind of crazy to me that there were some randos in the crowd that were just like, oh snap, like they were there for Uta, but then they're like, oh, she's Shanks' daughter? He put on that pirate hat. He said, hey boys, we're about to eat good. Which is kind of crazy to me, because I wouldn't expect that rando pirates would be like, hey, let's take a Yonko's daughter. I feel like that's a terrible move. The Yonko would just come after you and they'll wreck you. If you take one of Big Mom's children, and you're like, Big Mom, give us 1 billion berries to get your kid back. Either she's gonna say, F the kid, whatever, which I doubt, or she's just gonna demolish you with her power. She's not even gonna touch you, actually. She's just gonna send Oven or somebody to handle you and just blink, get you off the map. Which, I don't know, I thought it was kind of crazy, but out of all the Yonko, for Big Mom to be like, hey, take Shanks' daughter, I don't know, I thought that was kind of interesting. And it also makes me question the placement in the timeline of the movie, because, or not in the timeline of the movie, in the timeline that it's supposed to be in, like in the One Piece universe. I know the movies are not canon, so it doesn't really matter, but Uta is canon. Do with that information what you will. Big Mom is alive, but Luffy also has Gear 5, which we'll talk about more later. And Zoro has Enma, but Sanji also doesn't use Ifrit Janbei, which, I mean, he doesn't really need to use. I guess this is just wherever you want to put it. I don't think it's really implying Big Mom's alive, but I still think she is. So, anyways, let's move past that. Uta is basically Scarlet Witch in this movie. She had good intentions, but she was also going about it in a very wrong way. And she died at the end. So it was kind of like Multiverse of Madness, but obviously minus the multiverse. Well, kind of multiverse, because you got like the dream verse and then the real life verse. I don't know, but she was kind of like Scarlet Witch, and I thought that was a cool touch, a cool spin to a One Piece movie. I guess I can't really judge and say it doesn't feel like a traditional One Piece movie, because I really haven't seen all of them. I've only seen Film Gold, Film Z, and Stampede. Those are the only ones I've seen, really. But it doesn't feel like any of those. This one feels very different, and I'm gonna get into that. Later. I don't know about y'all, but watching Uta tear that straw hat, oh, this is my heart. It hit me right here in the heart. I was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't think that would hurt me so much. Because when you see Buggy like stab through it the first time, kind of whatever, because you know that Shanks gave it to him, and you know that he values it, and he's gonna return it to Shanks when he sees him again. But just watching her be like, fuck Shanks, and fuck you too, and just rip the hat, I was like, oh, Uta, don't do that, my heart. Thank God it was just a dream, because Uta would have to get her ass beat. I would have jumped through that screen myself, because that's disrespectful. Don't play with Luffy's hat like that. This is a completely irrelevant detail. But I just wanted to say that Uta is the first person to break Bartolomeo's barrier. Like, her devil fruit is already pretty OP. It's OP, but it's kind of confusing to me at the same time. If you hear her voice, you go to the Dreamland, but when Shanks and them and Fujitora and Kizaru are just chilling, like fighting, they don't get transported to Dreamland. Which I know was for plot, and I kind of, maybe there was an explanation I missed, but they just kind of didn't go, which was odd to me. Anyways, her fruit's still OP, and she's the first person to break Bartolo's barrier. Do with that information what you will. Okay, one of the main reasons I felt like this movie was different than the other 3 One Piece movies I mentioned is the lack of matchups. Because since the villain is Uta and Top Musica, or Musica, whatever, there's no matchups. There's no like, oh, Zoro against this swordsman, Sanji against this guy. They're all kind of just like attacking the barrier and bouncing off of it. I guess that made it feel not so much like a One Piece movie, because they're all working together to fight one OP villain versus all splitting up and be like, I got this guy, blah, 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 all that. It was a very cool final battle, because the way it was switching between the Dreamland and the real world, and you get to see the Shanks pirate showing off a little bit. If you don't know, I forget what it's called, but there's like a booklet that came out with the movie that explains the Shanks pirates like fighting styles and gives some other details about them. I got spoiled on that a long time ago, and I thought that information was like stuff that'd be shown in the movie, but it's not. So you should definitely go read that, and if you can see the movie again, then go see it with that in mind, and then be like, oh, okay, now I see why, you know, this person fights like this, kind of. I mean, it's not super important, but you read the booklet thing anyway and just get the extra information. Because as a One Piece fan, or as a crazy One Piece fan like me, that's stuff you're going to want to know. That final battle with the music in the background and the visuals and Shanks pulling out the fiery sword. What was that? Because I read about that in the booklet, but is that elemental hockey? Is Parvision onto something? Parvision, do you know something? Because how is Shanks just bursting the sword into flames? Like, I know there's a lot of crazy powers in One Piece that aren't explained, but yo, that flaming sword goes hard. I don't know if that's just his advanced Conqueror's hockey and it takes that form, but that's hard regardless. And then that final clash with him and Gear 5 Luffy, it doesn't, you only know it's Gear 5 if you read the manga, which I'm assuming most of the Japanese fans have, so they don't really care about that. But it's also kind of like, if you haven't seen Gear 5, you're like, ooh, what is that? What is he doing? So it's kind of cool. I like the way they did it. I like the way they did it. Go to Curry, that's all I have to say. I wasn't expecting it to be in the movie. Shout out to Go to Curry. Yasop and Usopp did a very interesting thing this movie, which could just be movie shenanigans, or it could be a very important implication for observation hockey. So Yasop and Usopp, they share a mind link, and I'm assuming it's due to Yasop because he's so strong with observation. Read the booklet, it's crazy. But they establish a mind link? Like, it's weird that their first interaction we see is them in a movie. Like, it's not much. Usopp's like, man, my son tripping. Why is he running away from this battle? And then he's like, it took you long enough to notice Usopp. And you know, they're just having that, like, father and son back and forth. It just makes me want to see them in the manga even more. I feel like Yasop could kind of be like that tough love, like, dad. Not exactly the Kratos level, but you know, somewhere. Kind of like, you know, like pirate stuff, pirate dad. But I don't know, it was really sweet. I really liked that. I don't know if it like hit anybody else as much as it did, but it was a really sweet scene. Another thing that I really liked was the flashback of younger Shanks and the younger crew, and he opens up the treasure chest and Uta's in it. And then it flashes to Shanks seeing Roger and Rayleigh. This movie really got me in my feels. It kind of took me a while, hours after, to be like, dang, that was sweet. Dang, I really did like that scene. And I don't know, it's just something about music gets people in their feelings, especially me. So, just the music and the vibes of the parental relationships and Luffy and Uta's brother and sister relationship, it just, I really do like this movie. Because I came out of it and I was like, yeah, it's cool, you know, it's a little overhyped. I still think it's a little overhyped, but it's a good watch. I think you should watch it at least once if you really want it. That song, New Genesis, has been stuck in my head all day. I want to end this video and go listen to it again for like the 5th time. So, if I can work that into the background of the video somehow, I'm gonna do it. I don't even care if it gets like copyright claim. I don't make no money off of this. I just love it. So, if I can, I'm put that in the background. The last thing, no, actually, this is a very minor thing mentioned. The Gorosei believe Uta is Shanks' biological daughter, so they say she has Figar Land blood. So apparently Shanks' name is Shanks Figar Land, and the way they say that, it's like, ooh, we can't mess with them. What's going on with that? I want to see that explored somewhere. I just want to know what's up with Shanks in general, but the last name reveal, it got me even more interested. Oda, what are you cooking? Final thing I want to close off on this One Piece fans in the way people were making it seem that Kizaru and Fujitora were just like, oh, we don't want smoke with the red bears. Like, Kizaru was trolling and all that. Shanks kind of did his thing when he blocked the laser and then it went up and then the slash cut the thing down and he had the sword at Kizaru's neck. That was fire. But, you know, Kizaru was just like, oh, Shanks, I don't want that, bro. And then Beckman pointing that big ass gun, but man, stop that. He's a troll. That's what he does. He trolls. I don't know what it is about you guys forgetting that the admirals aren't pirates. They can't just wild out when they feel like it. Fujitora and Kizaru both say, we can't fight y'all with so many civilians around. 2 admirals, and then Shanks got his top shotas with him. I don't know why Rockstar was there. Shanks just put Rockstar there because we know who he is. Rockstar should not have been in that lineup, but I digress. The admirals can't just go around blowing shit up, dropping meteors, wrecking shit, fighting with the red hairs, with all the civilians around. So stop trying to push this agenda and let these admirals get their chance to show out. Because it's gonna happen, y'all are gonna eat your words. But anyways, this has been the video, man. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like. Leave a comment on how you felt about the movie and what your score is. Honestly, if I was to score it, I'd have to give it like a 6.5, like a 6.5, because it's good. It just didn't blow me away, but I did enjoy the movie. So that's my opinion on it. Leave yours in the comment section. This is your boy Dougie Fresh. I'm out. Peace.